Round here, them guns get the last word.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the backlash that Tekken is receiving once more, but this time we're going to talk about the developers' reaction to it. You guys know the players, some of them, I think it's a small few, but it's a loud enough group to get the developers' opinion. But that group of players, they don't like the way that Marizu looks. They think that she is not Madagascar enough. She is not dark enough, and they don't like the stripper pole. My personal take is I think she's amazing. I think she's cool. You guys know, at one point in time, I used to go hard in season 2, but we're past that. Ain't no way we out here treating concept arts like season 2 backlash. Like, I think some people are just going way too hard. They're way too angry, and y'all gotta relax, bro. Like, even if you do like the darker concept, going about it this way is ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. But you also have this tweet from Hype of Gigas where he's showing off the ending of the rage art and how it's a traveler's palm tree. It's a tropical native plant in Madagascar. So you can just see the level of details the developers put. We just look at it as like sparks and fireworks all over the place, but it has a real callback to Madagascar. So that's cool. Now, here's where we talk about the chaos. Harada says, during our stay in Madagascar, we carried out an extensive field research and interviews to inspire ideas for a new character. This photo shows those moments. We invited people of all ages to local schools, listen to locals and experts talk about Madagascar history, culture, ethics, and racial traits. We also spent time with local players. It was also that we learned about the curse of the chameleon. So you can see these pictures here of the culture, right? The people. They're asking questions, they're taking pictures. Now, the curse of the chameleon is pretty interesting, and it actually makes its way into the game in a very big way. You know how Dragunov intro he points? Well, this time when he points at Marizu, she says, don't point at a chameleon because it's bad luck. Yes, it's a well-known tradition in Madagascar. Pointing at a chameleon or a cemetery brings bad luck. A true story. Nakatu pointed at a chameleon when they were here. Their flight was rescheduled the next day while they were at the airport. Coincidence? I don't think so. Now, also considering that Nakatu was doing all this pointing at chameleons in season 1 and then season 2 release, maybe look, I am never in my life going to point at a chameleon. I'm not even going to look at it. That way Nakatu is cursed. Okay, but look, here's the first tweet where someone is upset about the design of Marizu, and they're using this cosplay as an example of what she should look like. The design of Marizu does not reflect the African features of the young woman from Madagascar. In fact, there's a cosplayer on Facebook named K Bear who dressed up as Marizu and looks better. Harada says, you really don't understand, do you? Please first take the time to properly study about Madagascar, actually go there and spend time with the people in the country, learn about the history and people's roots, and then check comments and reaction from the Madagascar community and tags one of those guys. We'll look at his comments in just a second. Regarding Marizu, only after that, come and comment to me. That's all. This person responds to Harada and says the current character design does not ethically represent the women of Madagascar. Furthermore, the lack of authentic representation should be considered racism. This is similar to Capcom did to Blanca, portraying him as a gorilla instead of a Brazilian. I never even knew people was upset about the way I thought Blanca was iconic. But this person has these pictures of Madagascar women. Some are dark. This skin color is a little bit closer to Marizu, but then you have this one, and this is the thing, right? Look, what is this AI slop? Get that off the screen. From what I've seen in Madagascar, they have kind of this peanut butter type color, but it like wavers a little bit, whether it goes light, whether it goes dark. Marizu being light, in my opinion, I think like I said, I think it's no problem. Harada said in response, you should try ask Madagascar community. Now, on the topic of the Madagascar community and the person that Harada is mentioning, this person responds to someone who says, fix Marizu's skin tone. This has nothing to do with lighting. This is whitewashing. And then Madagascar says, she is Madagascarly enough. She is perfect the way she is. Harada says, yep, since the responses from Madagascar community, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. We worked under supervision of the people of Madagascar and the design has been completely accepted by them. That's all. People on the internet are telling people of the culture and telling people who spent time with the culture, no, you're wrong. Listen to me. I know it's right. It's like, bro, like you didn't put in a fraction of the effort that they did. You're just looking at a concept and the game and you're like, oh, this is racist. Like, come on, bro. Like this is what I mean. I think it's ridiculous. Like I said, I do think the concept is cool, but they're blowing it way out of proportion. So this is another tweet. I know she still passes the Madagascar, but what happened seriously? Why did you make her skin so much lighter and pale in the game version? With so many lighter women in the Tekken 8 roster already, she could have stood out even further among them. And that's what I think. I think if they made her darker, she could have stood out, which would have been really cool. But I'm not going to be angry about it. Harada says, seriously, the impressions can vary greatly depending on the light of each stage. It's a little piece of trivia to keep in mind, or you can see it for yourself once it released. This person responds to Harada and says, a woman with a skin tone like Master Raven would really stand out in Tekken 8. Still appreciate Marizu's inclusion regardless of the research done for her. Harada says, still making those clueless comments. Do I have to spell it out for you? Jesus, Harada is not playing. Now, some of these responses got people upset. People were bad at Harada. But I mean, like, I kind of don't fault him, bro. When I look at these people, like, being angry, using all these terms and words that's just thrown around like crazy on Twitter, I mean, it's ridiculous. This person responded to Harada, then later deleted their own post. Harada says, I never listened to anything. DEI or DEA? What? I have no idea what kind of misunderstanding you led to that conclusion, but thanks for your amazing pointless comment. You are muted. This person says, I'm sorry, but this was one thing that really kind of rubs me the wrong way with Marie. She'd literally be perfect if they committed to the concept design. I am not really a fan of the way Harada responded. Now, whether or not you think this whole thing is ridiculous or not is one thing, but what I think is really, really amazing is that there is another Tekken developer who I, for the first time, am seeing who responded to all of this. It says, thank you for your response to the new character, Marizu's Outfit 3, and I will continue to participate. Although it's Outfit 3, I was in charge of the base design of the face and hairstyle. I'll give more detail when it's released. You know how Nakatsu makes the balancing, you have the production guys making the products and whatnot. This is the face and hair guy. And I wonder, like, a lot of people like this, but I do see a lot of people in the comment section already going at this guy's throat. And it just, once again, like, when people do this, they don't realize what they're doing, right? If you go at all of these developers and talk trash to them, they're going to one by one, like, not want to communicate, right? And we're in a very crucial point in time where, like, we want these guys to communicate and tell us what's going on. So when you show a brand new character and then you have people like trying to create a political like war, I think Twitter has to relax a little bit. Like, you got to pick and choose when you're angry, and in my opinion, this is not one of them. We have to save our moments of anger and save our moments of frustration for when it really matters. You can't treat every small thing like a huge catastrophe. It's just going to resort to the developers shutting down and not responding to anything and not giving us any feedback. I mean, we didn't get a Tekken talk for Armor King. Is that not evidence enough that the backlash is going too far? Like, you literally got the Moonsault Slayer, the guy who was jumping up and down, calling developers morons at the start of season 2, saying that y'all are doing too much. Come on, bro. Much. And the ramifications of it is going to be massive. And when it does happen, you're going to be upset. Like, why is the developers not responding? It's going to be because of stupid stuff like this that y'all doing on Twitter, where you're like acting like a fool for no real reason. Like, y'all gotta chill.